Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening wherever you are in the world. We're almost at the end of the year. My name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS. Today, we're talking about the 10 top apps of 2021. But first, this song came in burning hot at the year. It is Gary Hubbs, Jack Flash, Hetriani. Don't comply. Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Wow. Don't comply, folks. Don't comply! And if you ever thought of complying, put that song on and you won't ever fucking comply. Jack Flash, Hetriani, Gary Hubbs, it's the super group of 2021. Put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear those guys do an EP. I do. I think an EP from these guys would be fucking awesome. Great vocals, heavy bass, Hetriani on guitar, no triangle, but you can't have everything, can you? Fucking awesome stuff. So I had the privilege of hearing that song, and I'm allowed to say this because I kept it a secret. I think the first time I heard that was in October, and I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Hubs, when you you first kind of sent me some stuff to have a listen to get an opinion, there was more at the end. There was a whole lot more going on there. There's like some drum stuff going on at the end where you faded out there. I think it was a little bit longer, and it kind of had this. But yeah, I don't know if I'm right. I haven't gone back and listened to that because it wasn't anything I could share or anything because it was just an audio track in Messenger. And I was like, wow, this thing's going to blow up when it comes out. And here we are at the end of the year, and here it is. There you go. So pretty damn cool stuff. I hope you're all doing well. Let's do this stuff. Let's get through. We are looking at apps today. My top 10 apps. So if you disagree, sorry. It is what it is. Let's do all the ads and stuff they do at the start of the show. Facebook page, there it is. We all rise together. Join it if you'd like. There's no obligation or anything like that. Good stuff. Here's the YouTube channel, Jade Starr. YouTube.com/Jade Starr. The show's telecast daily on the Twitch at twitch.tv/howtoapp on iOS. And you can always become a patron at patron.com/Jade Starr. Or if you do like to instead, you can always go to howtoapponios.com. And you can watch the show daily in the browser at the official howtoapponios.com website and interact with everybody through there. Let's say hello to everybody here in the chat and get down to it because I've only got a small amount of time and 10 apps to get through. Cy, always effing good to see you. Sean Chandler, Gregory O'Sullivan, Audible Video. What? What the rock is cooking? I should have played that straight after the song. Gregory O'Sullivan, paying to get. Peter's made it. Wow, on you, Peter. Good, congratulations. Someone give Peter an award. Do I have an award for Peter? I don't know. Here's a few punches in the head for that. There you go. It's the only sound effect I could reach. Who else is here? Dave Fox. Goodness me. Jack Flash, hello to you. Great job on the vocals, Jack Flash. Jack is an awesome singer. Amazing singer. Thomas Christ, thank you for putting the links in, Thomas and Cy, to all the guys' chat channels and all that stuff. Go and sub them up, as Hippie would say. Go, do yourself a favor. Check out their music. They all three of those guys make great music, so go and sub them up. Where am I? I'm somewhere on this list. Gary Hubbs. Hello, Hubbs. Glad you could make it. Brad Example. Oh, thank you also, Jack Flash and Brad Example, for the super chats. Thank you very kindly for that. I did see them flick by during the song, so cheers to you guys. Who else is here? Brad and Pete Johns is here. Hello, Pete. Pete's here for a drive-by. Jesus, scares me every time I do that stupid sound effect. Kim Harden Hudson is here. Kim Harden Hudson is here. While I'm saying hello, guys, remember tomorrow we are looking at the top 10 songs, in my opinion, for next year. Ed Zielinski's here. Seba is here. Hello to both of you. Hetriani, yeah. Did you know it was Lazarik's birthday a couple of days ago? I got out my Lazarik dartboard and threw as many darts as I could at his head to celebrate. I love Lars. Who else is... What the hell am I talking about? Did I say Audible Video? If I didn't, who cares? Sith Vasquez is here as well. Hello, Sith. Who else is here? Before we get on with the show and all that jazz, I think I've got most of you. Man, I need new glasses big time. I think I can, all of you. Reality Arts, hello to you. Welcome back. Got most of you. We're all good. Roadie's Jam Cave, hello to you. Welcome back. Alrighty. Let's do the stuff, shall we? We got to talk about some apps because, man, it has been a mega massive year for the apps. There has been a hell of a lot of apps. I've covered so many fucking apps this year. I've got app overload, right? I feel like I'm an app junkie. Had enough. We're at the end. Finally, we get a new slate next year. These apps, you're going to disagree with me, but we'll have a point where I'm going to ask you what you guys think. What are your favorite apps? I'm going to jump in. I'm not even going to cover any price drops today because there just isn't time and nothing has changed from yesterday. If you want to check that, go and do that from yesterday's show. Go have a look at what we looked at yesterday. What is the first one we're going to look at today? I'm doing it randomly, so I'm just making it up as we go as usual because why script it, yeah? Let's start with... Let's start with this. This is an app called Rhino de Guerre. Yeah? Rhino de Guerre. Now, this app came out 3/4 of the way through the year. Wow. Shut up. We've already got noise. Rhino de Guerre. So this is Rhino de Guerre here. It is really amazing. It has this interesting backstory. When you first load it up, it tells you this story about these creatures that go to this planet with this little machine here, and they collect all these intricate rocks. And it's like, what the fuck? You're told this whole fucking backstory of this whole... It's got a backstory. How can an app have a backstory? And pretty much what it does is it turns sounds into crazy things, yeah? It is a really noisy, distorted, bizarre kind of app, yeah? So I love noise apps. I love apps that challenge our perception of music and takes music and sound to really dark, crazy places that can be perceived as noise. And Rhino de Guerre does that. And it's really fun too. It has this cool little animation here that you can use your hands to manipulate and drag around and make it bigger. And you can make all the parcels inside the back of the tractor larger and smaller. And you can shrink it down, and this controls like the reverb and stuff. And then you have these sections down the side here that you can swipe up to get to, which like have these orbiting planets here. Let's go to a bigger screen. So you've got all these orbiting planets over here. It's bizarre. I love bizarre stuff. Let's throw it on some sound and see what it does, yeah? It takes something that kind of has rhythm and turns it into... What? That's what it does. So we hit play. So we've got some drums happening first. So within an instant, we're in hell. What? And what's cool about it, since I did the show on it, there's been a whole lot of new presets added by Jacob Hack, whole lot of cool people, yeah? Whoa! So that just came from a drum beat. Let's add some more bizarre stuff to it, yeah? Let's bring in some beat cutter and see what happens, which is another app we're going to be looking at. Here we go. So we're already going to have something fucking weird here. All right, let's add Rim de Guerre. So what's really cool about it is it's great for creating drones, atmospheric stuff. Great for horror soundtracks, intros for music. There's so many things you can do with this, yeah? Yeah, check out that video Sire's just put in the chat. Jacob Hack does a really great in-depth breakdown of this. Sick stuff, man. Again, with these kind of apps, let your mind run free. And let your mind run free, and you can create some really killer stuff. Like if I turn this off now, awesome. We can stop this. Jesus. Shall we jump into something a little bit different? As soon as Beat Cutter stops its thing. We'll jump into, let's see. Let's jump into, we'll clear this out. Gone, just like that. So how much is Rim de Guerre? Let's show you that as well, because I actually do have the prices actually prepared. So here is Rim de Guerre. It is $4.99. So it's fairly cheap. That's US. All prices are US today. About the price of a cup of coffee to create some really haunting, creative, nutso kind of sounds. And it's really great to experiment with, yeah? All right, so we'll jump in and play with something that is one of my favorite apps. And again, these are in no particular order, everybody. No particular order. Because maybe the last two are in a particular order. But that's it. So this one is called Zoa. And we had the developer on the show for an interview. Only about a month ago or 3 weeks ago. So the way you use Zoa, and I'm going to set it up and show you on the fly how you use it. So it's a controller pretty much. You use it to control other apps, yeah? So to do it here in AUM, you create a MIDI track and then you say create 2 audio tracks. So in this MIDI track over here, this is going to control these 2 tracks. Pretty simple. You do a search for it up here. Zoa, there it is. Load it up. There it is, ready to go. Let's add, I don't know, we'll do House of Mark because it's very relaxing. So I'll try and find some relaxing sounds in here. And let's find, what else is a relaxing kind of thing? Let's do a quick look through audio unit stuff. We want relaxing, not terrifying, not stuff that hurts your brain and makes you want to cry. Let's do. There's too many things I want to use that make you cry. That's fucked up, isn't it? I'm just going to choose this Waveley XL just for fun. Just for Christmas. All right, so once we've got these 2 tracks here, all you need to do is hit the little hamburger icon next to it and choose. You've got four tracks of Zoa, and I'm going to choose track 1, and then go over here and choose track 2. And then within, so now these 2 are connected to Zoa, and I'm going to head to the first 2 tracks. So up here you have track 1 and 2. There they are, 1 and 2. And 1's already turned on. So all you need to do to get things going is generate a pattern. And this generates these random patterns, yeah? So as soon as I hit play, and I can extend the notes. Let's add an effect to it. Let's get some nice sounds here. So we'll add hole as a reverb. Nice. And you can see these patterns go crazy, yeah? They just keep regenerating. I use this, funnily enough, to do a lot of demonstrations and to go to sleep at night. I love leaving this on to go to sleep, yeah? So we're going to create another track here on track number 2. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the offset. So I'm going to bring it down 2 semitones to try and create more of a bass line underneath, yeah? And we'll choose a random up and down kind of thing. Up and down. We'll extend the notes. In fact, what I'm going to do is remove this and choose iBassist. Let's put in a bass line. Fretless bass, sorry. So we've got a bass line underneath, and we'll choose track 2. Turn it on. And let's slow it down to about half. We'll add an Altezza. Beautiful. I just think this app is absolutely beautiful to really make relaxing, really nice sounds. And you can add up to 4 instruments to this. And you can draw your own in, yeah? For example, everyone's favorite, the penis. Everyone's favorite. And all I did was draw a penis and listen to that lovely song. Really nice stuff. I think Zoa's just a beautiful app that can just generate such nice sounds and really good for ideas and stuff like that. Now, there's been a lot of regenerative apps like that out this year. There's been heaps of them, yeah? And of course, I can't cover all of them. So I'm just trying to cover an app from kind of each category today. The things that make me smile the most, and these have been the first 2. Let's jump in and play with these because there's a lot of these, and they are, yes, you're probably going to guess as I do a search for them. Number 3, so Zoa 2, the price of Zoa. Before I move forward and can find it, the price of Zoa, once again, it's $7.99 US. Awesome. So these ones are a little bit more expensive, but incredible. And as I type it in, there you go. We are talking about the SWAM instruments. These things have been massive since they've hit the App Store, and there's a huge variety of them. There's 3 different packs. You've got, strings, you've got brass instruments, and you've got the woodwind instruments that just came out recently. Look at them all. All these SWAM instruments, they're fantastic. They are just a treat to play. If I grab, for example, let's grab a sax first, maybe. Let's put it, we'll do sax. Shall we grab a tenor sax and load this up? We'll straight away add an effect to it. So we'll add some reverb to give it some spunk. There we go. We'll turn it down, the reverb, so it's not so intense. We'll add a MIDI controller to it so I can play this thing. So now I've got my Arturia key step connected to it, really easy to connect. And I'm also adding my code 49 because it has my foot switch, my velocity attached to it. Where is it? I don't even know where it is. There it is, on the floor, where it should be, under my foot. So, now that that's all connected, I should be able to, oops, I've got coffee on my keyboard. Nice work. I mean, it's so cool. Listen to that. Listen, you can even hear the breath. And here is the app for you, so you can see what's going on. You can go full screen. You've got a variety of variations of each instrument that you can have, so slightly different sounds. So you can even add things like growl and all of that to it, all assignable to your MIDI keyboard. You also have, so that's one from the woodwind selection. We can bring up quickly, what do we got? SWAM. What else do we have? We can bring up the double bass here. So from the strings, we have a double bass, and we'll just connect this to my keyboard. And we won't forget to add my velocity switch to it as well. And again, the interface for all of them are pretty much exactly the same. Really beautiful sounds. And so with each pack, there's, as you can see, there's a whole lot of them too. We'll go to the last pack. Oh, we type SWAM again. So as I said, there's 3 different packs. Hello, Jeff, Metalhead Hippie, good to see you. Boom. So there's piccolos, oboes, tenor, bass, trombones, trumpets, tubas, violas, violins, alto flutes, trombones, bass clarinets. I mean, you name it. Cello, everything is in here. They're such beautiful instruments. Flugelhorn, flutes. Are they costly? Yeah, they are costly. So they're individuals. You can buy them as packs as well. As a pack, you're looking at a fair bit of money. But as we always say on the show, apps aren't Pokemon. You don't need them all. That's why if you go back and watch my shows on all of them, hopefully you can make an informed decision on something that will suit you, that will go and help your creativity. Yes, indeed. What can we grab here? Maybe a horn? Should we grab a French horn? Should we grab a French horn just for Christmas? And throw in the code. Done. They're just incredible sounds. They're such beautiful sounds. And the best part about it is if you're using an iPad, an old iPad, a new iPad, these things clock about 80 megabytes. 80 megabytes. None of these huge downloads, yeah? So it's not going to take up a lot of room on your iPad. That's one of the most important things about them. And they are not real instruments. They are modeled from the fantastic techniques that SWAM have come up with themselves. And if I can actually, whoops, we're moving shit around. What's going on? What's going on? Where is my, there we are. So here are all the SWAM apps, and they are currently $29.99 US each. So as I said, they are costly, but find the ones that work for you. They do sell them in packs as well. So it's just fantastic technology that these guys have created. And to have them on your iPad is just sick. Alrighty, what next? Shall we cover some drums? I think so. Let's open up some drums, and I'm going to use an example. We're going to use some FMC for this. We are looking at today. Whoops, we didn't want that. We're going to open up my FMC album. Which song should we open up for FMC? Maybe Placenta, Pancakes and Puke? I think so. Let's do that. So I used this app. This is a 4 Pockets app. Paul from 4 Pockets created this one. This is called Digistix 2. This is the interface. So if you are a drummer and you have the availability to grab your own drum samples, which you should have, because if you go through my videos where I cover drum apps, nearly every drum app that I cover, I have left a link to my drum sample pack, which is about 1 gigabyte, huge, lots of acoustic drum samples for you to use. And I used those samples in this. So here is the interface of Digistix 2. You have down here volume control for all your drums. You can load, there's a bunch of presets up here. If I go to the users, there's heaps of presets to play with. It's incredible. You can import your own drums. Just make sure the volume's up nice and loud. Give it a bit more guzz just for now. So I imported these sounds myself. The hats, toms, and it's really easy to import sounds. You can pretty much just go to your Files app and drag them in. You've got a template here, so you can actually put in notes to create your own patterns here. So when you hit play, if we go back here maybe, so you can actually program stuff in here, or let's clear these out. Please, clear out. Please, please, please. Disappear, disappear, disappear. Or you can do what I did. Let's stop this here. You can go in and... Man, get your shit together, Jade. What is going on here? You can go in and program the drums. So what I did basically in here was I used the GarageBand drummer. Yeah. So went in and did the GarageBand drummer, and you can actually put in the programming from the GarageBand drummer, and you can actually drag and drop them into space. So let's let you hear what the drums sound like for this FMC track. Pretty damn cool, yeah? Let me just close out AUM for a second. Bye-bye, 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 bye-bye. Cool, here we are. So yeah, you can play these things in with your fingers as well too, so you can control this ever. Hello Kev Hart. Kev Hart says, I bought Digistix, never used it, as I love to make things complicated and watch my iPad crash every 10 minutes. That is true. So Digistix can create, is an easier way of creating some really interesting drums, yeah, some really solid drums. Let's bring in the whole song with the vocals. Super cool, absolutely worth the price. You know why? Because currently it's on sale, and now is the best time to get it. What I do need to tell you is it is iPad only. iPad only. So you need to remember that. If you've only got an iPhone, not going to work for you. There it is. All the 4 Pockets apps are on sale at the moment. It is half price, just over half price. So it's $6.99. Pretty good value for an incredibly feature-packed and a drum kit, drum machine, drum sampling machine. Plus, if you want to go back and watch my show on it, I actually plug it into my drum machine and play it live. using my drum machine connected to it, my actual electronic drum kit, my drum machine. What am I talking about? So that is Digistix. What else should we do? Haven't done a synth yet, have I? So let's do a synth. I'm only doing one synth this year, and it is, of course, it is what I called on the show the synth of the year. It absolutely is. It's hard to beat for value, and it is Synthmaster 2. I cover a lot of synth apps, and look, there's heaps of them that are fantastic. The thing about Synthmaster 2 is, for the one price, you are getting a library of sounds that is so large, it would take you 3 years to go through them all and check them. Yeah, absolutely. There's too many sounds. So many sounds, it is utterly ridiculous. And here is the interface when you open it up. I knew it was going to be loud. Let's just give you some scope on how many sounds there are in here. So if I go up the top and hit browse, right, each one of these that I click, if I hit all, have I done the right thing? All, there's I think I have currently to about 4,000 sounds in here. It is utterly ridiculous. And right now, I'm just going through the ARPs. It's so ridiculous. And randomly just picking. Because there's too much. There's too much in here. Yeah, there's in-app purchases as well. You can actually download the desktop apps as well. There is just so many. Again. We're just hitting B now. It's crazy. You've got guitar sounds in here. Let's hit guitar. Let's turn off all. Holy shit, man. That just came out of a synth app. What the hell? Hello, Russ. I've got to hand it to you, Russ. You've got sound effects in here as well. So if we just hit sound effects, it's... There's so much in here. It is nuts. It is totally nuts. Yeah, it's your one-stop shop, I believe, for this year to be able to up your game in sound effects. You can model stuff as well. You've got complete modeling, LFOs up the wazoo, filters up the wazoo. You've got everything up the wazoo. I mean, you can absolutely get lost in this for years. You won't. This is one of those synths that if you buy, you're not really going to need to update. There's probably going to be a Synthmaster 3 at some stage, but I still think Synthmaster 1 has enough for you. So there you go. That is Synthmaster 2. The price, I do believe, if it hasn't already been put into the chat because my moderators are sick. I love them. There it is. It's $11.99. So it's on sale at the moment too. Again, on sale. Currently worth your time if you need something like this. If you need something like this, you know, remember, not Pokemon. And where are we now? 43 minutes. Throw in the chat, folks. What are some of the apps this year that have made you happy? Is there any one thing that you've downloaded, paid for, that you've really liked this year? Please put it in the chat, and I'll have a readout of some of those. Let me know what apps have floated your boat, because it's important. Yeah. I'm going to load up Beat Cutter while you guys are writing that stuff in. Let's clear this out. Beat Cutter. Beat Cutter was early in the year, and look, it's one of those apps that you're either going to love it or hate it. It's quite complicated. When it first came out, people threw tantrums over how hard it was to use and all this kind of stuff. But I loved it. And you know what I loved about it? There was a challenge about it. It was tough, and it created possibly the most bizarre sounds I've ever heard. And it's a very personal taste. So you probably aren't going to get into Beat Cutter, but you may do if you're into making noise and stuff like that. Russ says Synthmaster 2 isn't the follow-up to a follow-up synth. It's totally separate. Exactly. Koala, SM2 and AUM, Brushstroke for Kim Hardin Hudson. Remember, there's art apps, there's video apps, all that kind of stuff as well. Steinberg Dorico for iPad is my most used app, says Gregory O'Sullivan. GarageBand for Peter. Module Pro in-app purchases for paying to get. Renter Priest and Rhino for Kev. Dude, I thought we weren't going to talk about that until the interview this week. Jesus. Affinity, yeah, photo Affinity for Kim Hardin Hudson. Paper as well. Oh dear. What the fuck, man? Let's Tone Stack Pro for Thomas Cross. Vithem Jr. Yeah, Vithem Jr. Another cool app. Let's load up Beat Cutter because Beat Cutter's strange, man. I love Beat Cutter. Where are we? Sessions. I'm going to try and find the Beat Cutter sessions from when I first did the show. It's going to be mental. There's Beat Cutter. Look, Beat Cutter 1. Let's just see what this does. I have no idea. It could crash my iPad. There's so much going on with it. All right. There we are. Let's check what's happening here. So we want to turn this off. What sound is it? A-Love. Cool. We've got that going. All right, this is Beat Cutter. What does Beat Cutter do? Here's Beat Cutter. It looks incredibly complex. And you know what? It is incredibly complex. It's got all these things across the top here. Look at it. It looks like a science project. It totally is a science project, especially these two screens here. Now, what it does is you can put in up to channels of sound in here of different apps, and what this does, it starts chopping it up into pieces and starts smashing it together with random calculations. And you have a random button down the bottom here that you can click, and it changes all the numbers. And then you can hit start, and you'll see down here all these patterns, all these things are getting chopped up. And then you have this. We're off. We're off. So, this is Beat Cutter. What the hell, man? I love this stuff. It's like a science project gone wrong. Oh, thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed. I'm glad you think that I explained it well. So there you go. It's working, doing its thing. What the hell, man? What's going on, Black Covers? Fucking hell, man. I love this shit. Help! Right, that was Beat Cutter. Pretty crazy stuff, yeah. It's off the wall. I just love it for it being challenging. I love apps. I love music and apps and people that challenge the status quo of what music is, yeah? people that create danger in music, because music has become so homogenous, yeah? And music is about danger and taking risks and being excited and throwing things at caution to the wind, because if you don't throw caution to the wind, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're not gonna reach people, yeah? And it's the same with apps. So we've covered Beat Cutter. How much is Beat Cutter? I can't remember. Let's see. We'll bring up the price. Beat Cutter. Where are you? Man, I'm blind. Possibly right in front of me. I can't even find it. Maybe I didn't even grab. There it is. I'm looking at it right now. Wow, what a dickhead. $15.99. There it is. I was looking at the tabs above. Fuck. So we've covered Beat Cutter, Zoa, Digistix, SWAM Instruments, Synthmaster 2. Let's talk about this one. We'll clear this out, because this one was controversial. It came out about, midway through the year and it came out against another app, which was called Atom 2. And this is Helium by 4Pockets. So we've got actually 3 4Pockets apps in the list for this year. Once again, 4Pockets has smashed it out of the park, creating really amazing stuff. I chose Helium over Atom just through preference. Now the thing is, you can go back and watch either one of my videos of Helium or 4Pocket or Atom, and you make your decision. They both do the same thing. When these came out, there was kind of a war going on. Not a war, but one was getting updated, the other was getting updated, and they both do a very similar kind of thing, yeah? Let's go over here. So what it is, basically it's really handy for AUM. You can put in MIDI notes and you can control a whole bunch of sections. It's pretty much a MIDI sketch pad. So you can just draw in all your notes. There you go. And if I hit play, you can go for your life. You can create tracks along here. So you can see you can have up to 16 tracks. And when I change between these tracks, this is track 1. When I change to track 2, you can see there's a whole bunch of separate notes, which is 4. The bass line here. So we have the drums in the first channel, the bass line, and then we have this synth in the Digitalism 2000. And they are controlled via here. So if I go to track 3, this is where the synth sound is, yeah? So you can build up complete songs using Helium. Atom, pretty much the same deal. I guess it comes down to which one's going to suit your style, which one looks better to you, which one works better with your eyes, because I'm blind. I find this one a little bit easier on my eyes. It is what it is. And it's really easy to build music with it. Again, there isn't enough time to go through the complexity of building up something like this. Go back and watch the show if this is of interest to you. And the price of Helium, let's see if I can find it this time around. Boom, there it is on sale again, because all 4Pockets apps are on sale. Right now is $7, $6.99. Really, really handy for using in AUM, even using in any other DAW to build your own sound, to build your own MIDI in there. Cool stuff. What's left? There's only 3 left. Cool. Shall we do? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm so unprepared. But I'm sure you're used to that if you've been watching this channel for an amount of time. And I don't know if this guitar is going to be in tune. Probably won't be, because it's been really hot here. But whatever, it's all metal at the end of the day. Audio Evolution for Ed Zielinski. Sith Vasquez has to go. Thanks for being here, Sith. So, we got 3 left, and I can't leave without mentioning this. Let's clear out, load in audio. Nice. I think you know where we're heading here. This is Rhino. With possibly the most amazing noise gate you will ever find. Let's go into a preset that I have here called Chainsaw. Oops, I grabbed the wrong one. Use a chainsaw. It's a bit loud. Such an amazing app. The noise gate on this is beyond ridiculous. It cuts off fucking everything. Let's tighten it up a little bit more. Go to about 40, 41. Fucking heavy as shit, man. There's so much to play with on this. I just don't have time to go through all the crazy sounds that are in here. It is absolutely brutal. It's definitely worth your time if you're playing heavy stuff, but there's also clean sounds in here as well. And we're out of tune, but that doesn't matter because the heaviness is what is important. Yes, indeed it is. Let's throw my guitar back. Happy days. Happy days. So the last two apps, hard to talk about here because I know everything's not in a particular order, as I said, but these two for me, and before we go on, I want to give an honourable mention to something that came in a bit too late, which was yesterday's app, which was, of course, Sample Wiz 2. I'd already picked my top 10 and I was set on them. I thought about them a lot. And then yesterday out came Sample Wiz 2. Definitely would have made the list if there had been room for it. It just came in too late. So if you want to go back and watch yesterday's show, really fantastic app. Just missed the line. So there's an honourable mention. But the last two, which I'm going to give like equal footing to as two of the most useful apps that I've found this year. One of them is going to be useful in the future. One has been useful, very much so. The first one is a 4Pockets app called Neon. Why Neon? Neon is absolutely incredible. It is an audio editor. It is so much more. You can create the sound LUFs. You can create these amazing sounds with this thing. You can add effects to audio files. You can edit files. You can tag MP3s. I mean, there's so much you can do with this. Plus, it's also an AUV3 that you can use in something like AUM at the end of a chain to record stuff. It has this fantastic, down the bottom here, if I'm able to swipe up, it has this amazing dock, which is like audio share, which you can keep your files in, yeah? You've got exported files, sessions, so many cool things. You can open up sessions like this Hammerhead session I have in here where you can actually chop up stuff. Look at this. Look how cool this is. And then I can connect my MIDI keyboard You can slice stuff up. It is crazy the amount of shit you can do this. Paul from 4 Pockets has absolutely fucking outdone himself with the creativity going on. You can record tracks in here. Let's see. What do we have in here that I may have created? Look at all these unsaved files. These are all going to be a surprise. Look, there's nothing in that one. What's this one? Load. There's nothing in that one. This was... what's this one? Load. There's got to be something in here. What is this? Let's hit play. Oh, this is the utensils track we did earlier this year. What about this one? Play. You can sample stuff. It is so ridiculous. You can even, what's really cool, you can even go in here and find the tempo of a song. So you can load in a song, right? Say, what do we, just quickly, I think I saw a Pete John song in here. Did I? I saw his name somewhere. Pete Johns, No Apologies. So if I load in this song, here it is. So this is virtually like having Audacity on your iPad. You can hold down the tempo here, and you can tap on the tempo, and it just estimated the tempo of this song. So you can just open this up, man, and if you don't know the tempo of a song, pretty much, look how easy that was. Click on tempo, here where it says tap tempo, hold down, and it tells you the tempo of the song. You can time stretch. It is so ridiculous the things you can do with this app. I really, really love this app. It's long overdue for iOS to have something like this. And as I said, you can use it, Audacity minus the spyware. Gregory O'Sullivan, spot on. So I can't recommend it enough. You can add effects to this. I mean, it is so sick. Look at this. If I hit operation, look at all the effects in here. You can add external AUV3s, vocal noise reduction, auto-tune, stereo remix, reverb, pitch shift, phaser. There's so many hidden gems in here. You can slice stuff up. It's fucking crazy. It is so damn cool. I really, really love this app, and I think this is a handy tool to have in your weaponry. So the other thing, lastly, with it too, is everything is connected. So you can connect everything to audio share. You can export to audio share. Your files app. You can save. You can import movies in here. You name it, you can do it. It's really incredible. It's a fantastic app. How much is it? Well, guess what? If you've been thinking about getting it, now is the time, because, again, it's on sale and it's $6.99. And so that's 3 apps for this year that I've put in the top 10 from Paul at 4 Pockets, because he just continues to make great apps. Alrighty, Beat Cutter, Zoa, Digistix 2, SWAM, Synthmaster 2, Helium, Guerre, Rhino, Neon. What is the last one? So I said it was on an equal footing with Neon, and it's something I only reviewed. What was it? Was it last week? It was last week, and that is Loopy Pro. Have I made anything with Loopy Pro yet? No, I haven't, and that's okay, but I am in January. And in January, I will be making an entire song, probably towards the end of January, over a whole week. I will create an entire song using Loopy. It's so much fun. It is just... It's just good fun, and that's all that matters. It's really easy, really fun to use. You can make so much cool stuff. I even, on the show last week, made an attempt at making a metal song with it. Let's see if I can find that. What's it called? Fuck You, I think it's called. There we go. Let's unplug that guitar. Yeah! Not only is it a looping machine, it is a sampler, it is a DAW. Look at this madness here. It is an actual DAW. You can, all the loops that you make, you can drag it into a DAW. It is so damn cool. It is something that everybody's been crying out for a really long time. It's an AUV3. It's everything, man. It's worth your time if you want to break away from the DAWs that we have, because we have some fantastic DAWs, but this is something that, look, if you've not tried looping before, and I'm no expert at looping, but I'm interested in wanting to find out more about looping, and this is going to be where I'm going to explore that playground, yes, because it's really easy to use, and if you do some searches on YouTube, you will find people who have made some outrageous things with this so far, with huge amounts of these donuts everywhere. It is just crazy stuff what people are making with this. And it's only been out for 2 weeks. Yeah, really incredible stuff. So that is my list of 2021. And let's not take away from any other amazing developers that are out there, because you know what? There are so many developers who year in and year out make some amazing apps on this amazing platform that we all use, iOS, yeah? And look, every year there's iOS is a very flawed program. It's a flawed devices. Apple ain't perfect, you know, and a lot of the time I find myself cursing them to hell. But we do live in the future, as Pete John says. We have these glass slabs in our hands where we are able to make video, music, so many things to express ourselves. And if it wasn't for the amazing developers that are continuously churning out these really cool apps, this would just be a piece of glass in our hands, yeah? So I want to thank all of the developers. There's so many I can't name them all. You all know who you are. Throughout the year, you provide me with codes to do shows and show everybody your apps. You provide me with codes to give away to people on my Patreon, which is just so generous of you all. And I just want to thank you all for continuing to push the boundaries of creativity and allowing us to let our creativity flow free, yeah? Because it's awesome stuff. Okie doke. Hey, if you're watching this on the replay or you're watching it now and you want to leave your comment down there, let people know what your favorite apps are, how you've used them this year. It's important because share that knowledge with people, what you got from using these apps, all that kind of stuff. Let us know what apps have made you happy. And if you disagree with me, I don't really give a shit because I've chosen the ones that make me happy. Yeah, that's what matters. You got to do what makes you happy. Tomorrow, folks, we are looking at the top 10 songs of my choosing in no particular order from within this community, from people who make music, yeah? And I'm going to count down, not, as I said, not in any particular order, so please join me for that. It's going to be good fun. There's a lot of cool artists who have created some amazing songs this year, and I can't wait to play them all for you. That will be before Pete John's YML, so 1 hour before YML tomorrow. Come and join me for that as we count down in no particular order. And then to wrap up this year, the final show of 2021 here on How to App on iOS, we've got a banger for you. Yes, it is. It is Kev Hart, the Metal Shack Riffing Machine, who'll be joining us to talk a lot about music, metal, and fuck, God help you all. It's going to be wild. Opinions may offend. And hey, I would bring, you know, if you're sensitive to swearing, maybe not come to this show, or maybe come here and learn to get over swearing, yeah? Because the swear jar will be in action, because it is the final show of the year, which will be New Year's if you're in the US or UK, yeah? All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for indulging me once again. I hope you all have a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. Yeah, we're close, hippie. We're very close. So under 1,000 people, under 100 people now to get to 2,000 subs, which is exciting. And the swear jar will be open. All right, guys, do the things that make you happy. Remember, Mistakes make you better, and we all rise together. And I will see you tomorrow for the countdown, in no particular order, of my favourite songs from you guys for 2021. See you later, alligator. Bye. Remember, folks, Thomas Christ will be up in about 50 minutes with You Rock.
You know, I can still remember the very first sweets given to me by my grandfather. They were Werther's Original, and I was 4. I had a bit of trouble opening that shiny golden wrapper, but then, well, I'll never forget that first taste. Sweet and creamy and uncommonly good. I remember feeling I must be someone very special when my granddad gave me his wonderful butter candy. Well, now I'm the granddad. And what else would I give my little grandson but my Werther's Original? After all, he's someone very special too, you know.